Hey everybody, this is Don again, and it is time for episode 53 of Practical Reality. It's a Monday afternoon, about 4:20 in the afternoon. It's still kind of cool out and I'm kind of busy, so I'm making this video from the apartment. And it's early February. Hard to believe that Christmas is 6 weeks behind us already. And we're still in the grip of the polar vortex, and I don't see any relief from that coming up anytime soon. So I'm just managing to stay warm and hoping everybody out there is able to do the same. The idea for this video comes from something I saw on YouTube yesterday called The Quantum Code Behind Our Reality. And in parentheses, it says, space is an illusion. It was a very interesting and thought-provoking video. At the end of the video, it asks this question. If the universe is written in a language of pure information, structured, stable, and astonishingly precise, is it reasonable to believe that such a system emerged without intention when reality looks less like chaos and more like architecture? So the first thought I had was, wow, that is a pretty mind-blowing question. And the second thought I had was, we may never know the answer. And then it dawned on me, that's okay. We don't need to know. And based on that chain of thought, I came to realize that there are a lot of things that we probably really don't need to know. Now, that sort of flies in the face of my general philosophy of life, which is that I'm a geek and I want to know everything. Now, of course, that's a nice goal, and I take each day as a learning experience. But as Clint Eastwood said in the movie Magnum Force, a man's got to know his limitations. And it is definitely true that no one can know everything. I enjoy learning. I enjoy absorbing new facts and new knowledge as it comes to me. But there are definitely things that I will never know, and I realize now that's okay. And I think the general topic that's being addressed here by being satisfied with not knowing everything is faith. How much faith do you need to have in order to be satisfied with your life? So go back to the question from the YouTube video asking whether or not such a system emerged without intention. The video seems to confirm and imply the fact that there is an intention. To me, that's their clear implication, and that means that you're never going to know how the universe works, and you know that there are scientists out there who spend their entire lives trying to tell us how the universe works, and yet they still don't know. But do they stop trying to learn? The answer is no. The lack of knowledge and their insatiable curiosity fuels their passion. And I think that comes down to the fact that they have faith in themselves that the answer can be found. And each new discovery, no matter how small it is worth the effort that it takes to find it. So naturally, you're going to ask me, I'm sure, what relevance does this have to my life? And it turns out that it probably has a lot, and I'll explain why. We've seen a general drop in attendance at churches, which now means that we live in a more secular world, which means people form their value systems in reaction to their environment instead of independently from their environment based on their faith. And since, as I discussed in my last video, people are generally wired subconsciously with thoughts that are 95% negative and limiting, their value system emerges from their negative and limiting thoughts. And this narrows the scope of their value system tremendously, which means you're living a life based on existentialism, which is a philosophy I've talked about in a previous video. It basically means that you don't have to have any morals or values whatsoever, as long as you can look yourself in the mirror every morning and be satisfied with who you are and what you've done. Friedrich Nietzsche called that the liberation of mankind. I think it's a desecration of the value of each person. And since we live in what you would call a dog-eat-dog society, people then form their value systems based on where they see themselves in the food chain. Are they predator or are they prey? And this, of course, is the value system that is praised and reinforced by the people who hold the real power to make you feel powerless. So naturally, in order to feel powerful, people want to see themselves as predator rather than prey. That locks you into a pattern of comparing yourself to others on a continual basis. You judge your own worth by how you compare against people that you see every day. And you use your own twisted reasoning to rationalize your lack of status or lack of wealth or negative perception of yourself to minimize the self-loathing that comes along with this consistent comparison against others and the accumulation of material possessions. And if you form your value system this way as a result of your subconscious thoughts of negativity and limitation and the constant battering that the media throws at you to make you feel powerless, it's evidence of the fact that you don't really have any faith in yourself. And you are letting your values be determined by outside forces, which of course means that you lack any internal control whatsoever, which of course is the main focus of almost all my videos. So the conclusion I draw from all of this is that faith in yourself is really the same as faith in a religious deity. Because even if you don't follow any particular religion, and you are still able to recognize the fact that you need to form your value system independent of your environment, then that means you do have faith in yourself. You don't need to view life as a competition between predator and prey. So when you have faith in yourself or in a religious deity, or both, there's an inherent assumption there that there are some things you don't know and will never know, because you have to take some things on faith. And that means you also have to believe in yourself or in the deity and believe that what you want will come to you. It's the same as saying, like, your prayers are being answered, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. If you can develop this sense of faith within yourself, it should bring you a sense of inner peace and calm and allow you to be the one in control of your internal environment. And that should lead you to being able to maintain a high vibrational frequency. You should be able to raise your vibrational frequency anytime you think about it. If you are living with constant thoughts of fear and doubt and anxiety, then your vibrational frequency is constantly going to be low, and you're going to be blocking the things that you want in your life. The feelings of fear, doubt, and anxiety constitute what's called resistance. And the more resistance you deal with on a daily basis, the less likely you are to attract the things that you want in your life. It's like trying to fall back to sleep at night. When you're lying awake in the middle of the night and you're laying there saying, why can't I fall back to sleep? Why can't I fall back to sleep? You're creating resistance and making it harder for yourself to fall back to sleep. If you just lay there and accept it and take some deep breaths and think about nothing but the darkness, then normally, at least for me, I'm able to fall back to sleep. The more you think about what you don't have and wish for the things that you want, the more resistance you create. So try and cultivate the vibrational frequency, a higher vibrational frequency, on a daily basis and maintain it at a high level, and you will find yourself attracting the things that you want, and that is based on faith and science, because it is a fact that like attracts like. It is the faith that you have that you can cultivate that vibrational frequency within yourself without knowing everything and being able to attract the things that you want without having to experience the fear and doubt and anxiety that you see in your external environment every day. So I hope everybody got something out of this. Like, comment, and subscribe, please. I welcome feedback and discussion. This is Don from Practical Reality, signing off, wishing you peace, prosperity, and happiness.